I'm sorry, we just had a moment. And just like my wife does with her food, I have left the most important part for the very end. When thinking about one of our evenings together, just before we started going out, I'm rather surprised that we're actually here today. And that evening, not exactly sure why, but I told her she was like a black hole. This is something we both often laugh at, as this is probably the worst line anyone has ever used when talking to a girl. But I realised that I've never actually explained what was on my mind that day, so it's only fair that I use my few minutes in the spotlight to do it now. So one of the definitions of a black hole I found more or less reads: a black hole is a celestial object that has a gravitational field so strong that light cannot escape it. And today, not much has changed since that evening. The light, or me, still cannot escape the celestial object, and you that is, as it is captivated by its beauty, its kind heart, and your charming personality. Let's just agree that this is the gravitational field. I'll stop now with my stellar metaphors, and now I'm starting to get confusing. Sweetheart, you do really look stunning tonight. By marrying me, you made me the happiest man alive, and I can't wait to see what the rest of our lives together are going to bring. I love you, and I'm really grateful for your support and encouragement with all my undertakings, no matter how silly they might be. And by the way, I would like to apologize to any science teachers in the room. I realize that my astral observation might not be accurate. It's love, you see, and love keeps no record of wrongs, as certain popular Bible passages suggest. I would also like to apologize to anyone with lactose intolerance. I know that this speech was cheesy at times, but I think that the previously mentioned passage should apply here as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, please stand and raise your glasses to my wife, Daily.
To me.
Sit down now. I'm sure Michael wants to continue to stand as he waits eagerly to share his speech with us.
I do remember what I'm doing now. Just before I start my speech, I want to say that the doors have been barred. There is no escape. And as I was sitting here, all I could hear before Joel very kindly got the doors closed was the thud, thud, thud. The ancient musical festival going on. But to me, it sounded a little bit like sitting in the mastermind chair. Waiting, I'm ready. Okay, so firstly, I would like to say how fantastic Lukasz's and my dad's speeches were, and I can only hope that I can do something similar. We'll see about that one. Okay, so whilst writing and thinking about this speech, I had so many memories that came flooding back to me, and there's far too many to mention. Lukasz has been in our family's life for 6 years now, I think. So, yeah, 6 years of memories were flooding through me. And I've left a few choice ones in here that I will come to during the speech. To those of you who don't know us Powells, I have to say that we can be extremely gregarious when we're together. And it can be very, very daunting to actually come and visit us and be invited to a family meal. And the reason for this is that at a family meal, it's just a free-for-all. There's conversations flowing from left to right, there's memories being thrown about, we talk about all our family trips. And if you aren't a big character, you get lost very, very quickly. Fortunately, we have Lukasz. And Lukasz has experienced all of this in his time. He's been round our table and he's come accustomed to being regaled by all our stories. In fact, I think every time we meet him, he hears the same stories 5 or 6 times. But it's going to happen for all of time now, Lukasz. I'm really sorry about that one. But I think I can speak for every Powell when I say that we have had the pleasure to welcome such a kind, funny and generous person as Lukasz. And as Lukasz has already intimated, these qualities always end up with him sitting at the kitchen table fixing a computer. And that is not a lie. There have been computers fixed for my mum and dad, for me, for my grandma and grandpa, for Gavin. Pretty much everyone who has a broken computer has had it fixed. And that's just a bit of free advertising there. He's actually moving into computing himself. So, you know, if you're ever in the Leeds area, just call them up. What is it, £50 fee? Or something like that?
Unless there's family discount. That's 60.
That is the problem, yes, yes. And to Lukasz, I must make an apology now. You see, in our family, for some reason, and I don't know why this is, I have the reputation for leading others astray. Me. So, apparently this manifests itself in me inadvertently getting people drunk. And I've been reliably informed by Naomi that on the second time that I met Lukasz, I managed to do this. I'm very sorry. I can only hope that I do not reprise this role tonight. I'm trying to move away from that. I mean, I'm a reformed drinker. We'll see. So, as well as having to rise to the task of drinking copious amounts with me, there are other members of the family and household to impress. I know, it's not all about me. The most important of these is Pippin. Pippin is our family cat. And, well, for Pippin, she is of the persuasion that everyone exists for her pleasure and her pleasure only. And it doesn't matter whether you're a guest or a family member, you will get the same treatment. And with Pippin, sometimes this does involve biting. What can I say? She is a Powell at heart. Fortunately, she thinks Lukasz is an absolutely fantastic person as well. And she shows this in her own way, which normally entails when Lukasz is asleep, Pippin sleeps on his chest, to the point where he can't breathe anymore, because this cat is just weighing him down. But I say if that isn't acceptance, what is? At the end of the day. So this brings me to a memory I was having, because one morning after Lukasz had had his Pippin treatment, as it should be called from now on, Naomi and I decided, as it was such a nice day, we should go to the old Bishop's Palace. And we'd been there as kids, and it's a fantastic place. It's in Lincoln, it's right next to the cathedral, so you can walk up to the top of the hill, and you can see this beautiful vistage of the entirety of Lincolnshire. It's fantastic. So Naomi and I decided we would go there. We wandered up there, we bought our tickets, and we were eager to show our depth of knowledge of all the history of Lincoln's old Bishop's Palace. So we rushed in for the wonderful sights to be seen. The Bishop's Palace was truly brilliant, but Naomi and I could not recall a single fact about it. So we spent the entire visit wandering around, quickly looking at the tourist plaques and then pretending, yes, of course, because this was kept as a dungeon. Yes, until 1975, this was the most northern vineyard in the whole of the world. Stuff like that. I don't think Lukasz was any the wiser to apply that. So, Lukasz already mentioned the stag do that Joel and I organised to celebrate this wedding. So, the popular idea of a stag do is you go out and you drink exceptional amounts and don't have nearly enough sense. I can say that ours was a much more refined affair. So we went to our steakhouse, because it's a good place to go, because Joel and Lukasz, for reasons that I will never understand, have both married vegetarians. So, we went out for our steak, and it was a completely resounding success. I do believe we have booked out that steakhouse for the same night until the year 2050. It's been that successful. But fortunately, the Kobe steak only cost £55, so it's fine, it's fine. So I would like to thank both you, Lukasz, and you, Joel, because For a long time, I was the